Share this shit.
Yo, yo, yo. I think we're live. Let me just double check. Let me just double check. I don't know why.
Nobody showed up today for Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton played at your thing?
Across the street from my job.
What?
So
At the
we're
theater?
across the street from the Gallo. So anytime somebody big plays at the Gallo, we always get the crowd. And like nobody showed up for Michael Bolton. It was kind of sad.
Dude, all I can think of is like, what? I could just think
Michael
of
Bolton
from
Office. Office Space, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Why should I have to change my name? He's the one who sucks. All right, so what are we on? Episode 13. We got a very special guest. I haven't seen him in like 20 years. And we used to spend a lot of time with this dude. Josh Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Hey!
What's going on?
What's going on, bro? Look at him.
Not much, just hanging out.
Look at him.
Oh, shit, man.
I don't hear the audio I hear it through my phone, but not through my headphones.
That's all right. We usually have these little issues, so we can figure it out. Do you have any wired headphones?
I don't.
All right. For some reason, it fucking.
So he's got to go to the settings button, and right, and then hit audio.
Yeah. So if you go on your side, Josh, if you go to let me think for a second. Where would you go? You go somewhere. There's like, okay, how do you do it? Okay, so on your little screen on the top right corner, there's like 3 dots, I think.
Let's see.
I don't have that on my screen.
No, just on the bottom, it should say settings.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bottom.
Okay.
It's a little gear.
Yeah, I found that.
And then you would go to audio and then speaker, and it should have options. Like it should have a scroll down menu for speaker.
There we go.
Look at me learning shit, Tim.
Damn, I'm so proud of you right now, dude.
Me too. I was so impressed right now with Mark.
I am so proud of you, dude.
I was like, wait a minute, is he like explaining how to do internet things?
See, that'd be cool if I had a little video, like a little, like, yeah.
That made it super quiet. Hold on.
Yeah, no problem, dude. We'll work it out. It takes a little bit sometimes.
Well, that was weird.
We got the echo.
Whatever, it works. I can hear.
What's up, dude?
Not shit, man. Hanging out. Just working, living life.
What are you working? What are you doing?
Huh?
Where are you working at?
I manage a front desk at like a high-rise residential building.
Oh shit! Moving on up.
You're not. Are you still in Chicago?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Is it cold as fuck over there?
What's up?
Is it cold as fuck over there?
Yeah. Still.
Right now it's so cold.
Today.
40 today?
Damn.
Yeah. It had like a snow mixture today for a little while.
Are you used to that shitty weather?
I guess as used to it as you can be, I suppose.
I'm sure you miss that California weather.
I miss consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one day it'll be 70 here and the next day it'll be 30, especially this time of year.
That's crazy, dude.
So like I was thinking about things to talk to you about, and I was making bullet points and stuff, and I didn't think about it until I saw your face. The first thing that popped in my mind when I saw your face was, do you remember that time when we were in San Diego and I was drunk as fuck driving around in my white truck, and you were hella scared because I was fucking wasted?
So I'm terrified of like people driving crazy. Still to this day. I actually haven't drove a car in 15 years.
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Were you in the car when Sopot flipped the car and shit? Weren't you in there too for that?
No, I've never been in a car accident. Never.
Oh,
my whole life. I'm terrified.
You thought you were going to be in one that day.
Yeah, right?
So Chicago's all just all public transit?
I mean, you can get everywhere via public transportation. Yeah, I Uber a lot, but I don't drive.
Hey, who was in the truck with us, Josh? Was it me, you, and Zach? Oh, was it Dennis?
No, I think Dennis.
It was Dennis? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Man, that was fucking fun-ass weekend, but I do remember being drunk and driving around and just being like...
Unfortunately, you have too many of those stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of drunk and driving around stories, dude. I remember we used to have the purple bong. And do you remember the purple bong and it had 2 chambers?
Yep.
And you could like take it apart and then give the driver the mouthpiece, and the passenger could just sit there and load bowls and like roast it for you. And you so dumb.
We do not condone any of this.
No,
I don't condone any of it.
I think of these things and I'm like, what were we doing?
Yeah, I regret so much of it. I really do. I deserve so many DUIs that I didn't get. I'm lucky as fuck.
I don't regret as much of anything, to be honest, because I don't
regret it. I'm glad I lived through it all.
Yeah, me too. I'm lucky.
I don't regret it, but I have made stupid decisions that I'm like,
learn from.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you learned from them. That's the fucking key takeaway. You know what's up?
Some people learn faster than others.
It's good to not still be doing those things.
So yeah,
I just watched a movie with Ben Stiller about robbing a high rise. Is that your plan? Have you seen that movie?
I have not seen that movie.
It's a couple years old. It's the first time I've seen it though. I forget. I forget what. I think it's just called High Rise or High Rise Heist or something.
Is it just like rob people's houses in the high rise?
Well, it's because they got a multimillionaire that lives in the penthouse who stole like all their pensions, and so they plan a heist to rob the guy who stole all of it. It's a silly Ben Stiller movie, but I just thought about it. I was like,
the rich trust fund kids that live in the building.
Really?
Well, those are the guys you should take money from.
I'm like older than most of the people that live there, and I'm like, how the fuck do you guys have this money? But they're all just trust fund kids.
Do they tip good or what?
That's hilarious.
No, I mean the holidays are nice. Like I probably made like a few grand in like holiday gifts.
Dude, that's
like around Christmas and stuff. But
do they ever ask you to like do anything like super crazy, like tell you in the middle?
Not really.
No.
That's more like the hotel life. Like this is more I work in someone's house. It's kind of weird sometimes. Like, it's like you're in these people's house every day. It's like you're almost like a part of their life. It's kind of strange.
Any famous people?
No, not in this building. No, I mean, I'm sure at plenty of other buildings, but not in mine. Like, the penthouse is really nice and like super expensive, but the guy that's like in the penthouse is like probably like 28, 30 years old. And that's like $45,000 a month.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
So what's your relationship status right now? Are you
I have a girlfriend.
You got a girlfriend? So I shouldn't ask if there's any like any
probably not
extra
the best
anchovies?
No. Let's just keep that.
How long have you been with your girl? How long have you been with your girl? How long have you been with your girl?
Like 3 years.
Oh,
nice.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's like an eternity. In relationship time.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going like 15 years, bro. 15
What's
years,
common law in Chicago?
I don't know. The one before this one I was with for 10 years.
Oh, shit.
That was like being married.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Whatever.
So what's some of the stories you can share from like your past concierge days or any crazy stories you can share from the high rise?
Like more so from like working in the hotels, like fucking caught Amy Winehouse doing some cocaine in the bathroom one time during Lollapalooza.
Crazy, dude.
Smoking cigarettes with Lindsay Lohan in the fucking stairwell. Dude from Blink 182, Travis Barker, one time a security guard like stole weed out of his room, and he fucking like threw the biggest hissy fit ever. Like
he's a bitch.
Refused to leave until we got the weed back, and he's like just lost his mind over a couple ounces of weed. The guy brought it back. He ended up giving the guy an ounce of weed just to bring it back. So the guy brought it back and then got fired.
Oh, what a dumbass! I would have.
Yeah, you just see all kinds. I mean, in hotels, you see all kinds of crazy shit, like domestics, like people ordering hookers and getting robbed by hookers, or like trannies showing up and just like, I don't know. You see some pretty interesting stuff.
You could probably write a book, dude.
Done. Couple dead bodies.
What?
No. Yeah, 3. I had my job, 2 jobs before this. I'd been at the hotel for like 2 months, and there were 3 dead bodies in 2 months.
What the fuck?
Holy shit, dude. That's wild. That's Chicago, though. Isn't Chicago like the murder capital of the fucking country? Or was?
It's not the safest place on earth, but like, I don't know. It depends on where you go. Like, you hear all that stuff that it's bad, but like, you have to go to like the bad parts of town.
Yeah.
See, I frequent and have lived in Vegas, and I feel like they're kind of similar because the hotel situation is just always nuts. Like, you're going to see celebrities, hookers, everybody's asking for drugs or trying to sell drugs. Like, what? Like, it's funny too. Anytime I walk down the street,
used to it after a while. Like, it's just like I don't even pay attention to that stuff anymore.
Yeah,
I've never seen a dead body at a hotel though. That's crazy.
I've seen some dead bodies, unfortunately. Have you?
Did you actually,
go ahead.
What's that?
Did you like actually see the body?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's scary as fuck.
Were you the one that found him?
No.
Okay, like the maid found him, like in the movies
Correct.
and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Like, or like someone that was like with them. Like, one incident, like this guy that like passed away, his like daughter found him. Like, she went into the room, like they were there for like vacation or something, and she went into the room and he was, dead in the bed.
So it's not always a drug overdose or a dead hooker.
Oh, people die every day of something, I mean,
for sure.
That's like where I lived or where I work now. Like, we had like 2 guys overdose and die, but it's like there's 400 and something units in the building. That's 400 and something houses. You got to think like, yeah, people die every day. Like, you just maybe don't see it every day, like personally.
Yeah. And
if you're lucky.
If you're lucky,
you got any pets?
Just said Tower Heist is the movie I was thinking of.
Do you have any pets?
Hold on. What's up, John?
What'd you say, Tim?
Me? I said,
yeah, I did.
I asked if you had any pets.
Yeah, I have a dog. She's somewhere, I think, like over there, maybe.
Oh, is it pit bull?
Yeah.
Sick,
Yep.
Dude.
Her name is Letty. She's about 9. I adopted her a couple years ago. She's a lazy slug.
So I remember you had said that I think I don't remember what the case was, but maybe with Legos. I think your mom had a bunch of Legos and she wanted, and I was gonna go pick them up.
Action figures.
Oh, action figures. So she was gonna move out there with you, by you?
She moved to Nebraska.
All right.
So it's like, the next couple states over, much closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick, dude. You watching any? You binge watching any shit on fucking Netflix or Hulu or anything?
Oh, well, the last thing I watched was the show on Netflix called Last Kingdom. It's like a Game of Thrones type show.
Dude, I never fucking watched that Game of Thrones. I'm like, I'm good, dude.
It took me a long time to watch it. Like, I tried, like, so many people talked about it, and I was like, meh, whatever. And then finally, eventually, I just gave in and watched it. But there's so much to it. It's, like, so hard to understand to me. But, like, I don't know. People geek out about that.
Paul, you got to unmute yourself. You're muted. I don't know why. It won't let me unmute you. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back now. Am I back?
Yep.
Yeah.
So earlier we were talking about or I don't think we actually talked about it. I was talking about it with my lady, but Josh's grave, dude. Do you remember Josh's grave?
Yeah. That night we ate some acid on the river.
Acid.
And you guys buried me.
I remember burying him in the sand. It was cool too because it was like we came down the river and we had to stop because like Shorty, was it you and Shorty went back?
Me?
Beer? No, I think
Yeah,
Josh.
maybe. I don't remember like getting there really. I just remember we got there and it was quite the night.
What do you remember the most? Just that?
I remember waking up and being like buried up into my neck in sand and like basically I think my body was being crushed by the weight of the sand.
Wait, you guys buried him when he was passed out?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so there are some people watching. So for context.
What a bunch of dicks.
So no, dude, we used to we had Josh's back though. So check it out. We fucking we used to float. We have this river that runs through town and we float through it all the time every summer. So we thought it would be a good idea to like float down camp, party, you know, and then float home in the morning or whatever. So we did that. So we got some acid. And we went there and we took said acid. And at some point, okay, the cool part of the story for me, the most memorable, like one of the coolest parts for me is it was just like an embankment, right? It was like a little sandbank and like a fallen down tree. So we stopped there. A couple people had to go back for whatever reason. They forgot something and they had a canoe or a kayak. So they jammed back upriver and we just start playing in the sand, right? And then the shit starts kicking. We're waiting. We're like, fuck, we're going to take ours. So we take ours and we start digging in the sand. We start digging in the sand and then everybody gets back and we're just tripping out, playing in the sand all night long. And then at some point we thought it'd be a good idea to like bury Josh. So we like dig this hole and we put Josh in it and then we start covering him up. So he's just,
I think I willingly got in it.
Yeah, I don't think he was. Yeah, he wasn't asleep or anything when he got in the hole.
No, he got in. Yeah, like he got in on his own.
Yeah,
and then so he got in and we started burying him, and he was loving it and laughing. And it was just a fucking trip, right? Because
it was fun.
You see this head sticking out of the ground. It was
wild, a lot more fun than it sounds. It sounds mean and it sounds like crazy, but it was like really like it was pretty.
But
fun.
this is literally like 10 minutes out of an entire like 12-hour night, you know. It's like
a very long night.
Very long night.
We were just screwing around and we buried him and he's like started kind of like freaking out. We're like, oh shit, he's freaking out. So we start digging him out. I don't know. It was crazy.
I remember that part. And the thing about if you've never done acid before, like Tim said, that was a 10-minute like increment of this incredibly long night. But when you're on it, like that 10 minutes seems like an hour. Every 10 minutes like seems like an hour.
Yeah.
And so it's just
like the longest night ever.
Yes,
like no matter what when you trip, it seems like
forever.
12 hours is 2 days, you know?
Yeah,
like bro, you're ready. Like I'm ready for it to end. You know what I mean? Like I'm waiting. I'm like, nah, I'm fucking ready to be done, dude. Like, you know, because it's like a wave. So you're on the way down, you're like, fuck, thank God, is this the last one? And they're like, damn it, no. Here we go.
Yeah, I remember like on the way back, like we had like a motorized, like a John boat. It ended up running out of gas. Like we had an inflated like raft that like went flat. It was just like the worst fucking. Meanwhile, we've been up all night. We're out of food.
Yeah, water. We were
out of food and water. Like
it was just had like one lighter. Everybody started getting
probably
weird.
All the cigarettes that we had left were probably wet. Like it was just like, can I please just get home and end this? Like I just want to go. Yeah.
I can remember like floating because it was like I think I just had like one of those pool things where you just like has a little pillow, you know what I mean? It's like a little mattress kind of type looking, like a 1-person mattress for like a pool. And dude, by the time we got out, dude, like out because I was in the water most of the time, like my shoulders were out on this little floaty deal. But dude, I think I was starting to go into like the first stages of like hypothermia because I was just like so like shaking, like shivering, like for the last maybe 30, 45 minutes. I was freaking out, dude. That was a crazy, wild time.
I can think back to like every time I probably tripped on acid, like something like bad happened. I almost feel like. I mean, that night was pretty good. I remember one time, I think we were all together. We were in Manteca at like a park. And it was like super late, like probably like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And the cops rolled up on us. And we ended up running from the cops. And like, I don't know. I remember somebody stayed behind. I think like Mark Sutton might have stayed behind and stayed.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I do remember that. Damn, I forgot all about that too. But I remember Mark staying behind. I do remember that part.
And that, like, I think saved us from getting, like, all arrested. I remember we were playing in the field. Yeah.
Like, some of us ran towards the orchard, and we're like, or like, some people were in the field, and some of us ran towards domestic area, I guess you want to call it, like wherever, like the house area. Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
Yup. And all the cops stopped all because they saw like some girl that was with us, her car, and they knew her. I was just like, this all happened because of you. Like, fuck, this sucks.
Hey, dude, I know. Wild times, dude. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
I don't know where that comes from. So every now and then that noise comes. I don't know where it's coming from.
I was trying to adjust. I don't know if you guys can hear me now. I was trying to adjust the volume on my side.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be
perfectly fine.
Oh, you turned echo cancellation off?
It just
I turned
stopped.
the echo off, and then I did.
It just came up.
I did the automatically adjust mic volume. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit more quiet now.
Yours sounds better.
Now.
Yeah, yours sounds better
Back
with echo
now.
cancellation for sure.
Off now.
So, Mark, you're in Nevada, and Tim, you're still in Ripon?
Yep.
And Joseph, you're in Modesto?
I'm in Salida now.
Salida?
Yep. I'm like right down the street from
miles.
Tim.
Yeah, like 2 miles away from me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I want to.
It's probably been like 6 or 7 years, I think, since I've been to California. My sister still lives in Modesto, but like that's pretty much the only reason like I'd probably go like to visit fucking there these days. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta come down, bro. Gotta see you.
Come to Chicago.
I want
to come to the city.
I need to come.
Yeah, Mark, you're a Bears fan. You gotta come to a Bears game. Well, soon they're gonna be in the suburbs, but
in Arlington, huh? You think that's gonna happen?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, they bought the land, like they bought the area there. I mean, there's nowhere for them to build a new stadium like in the city. They'd have to tear down the current one and build a new one.
Yeah, I need to come to Soldier Field before that happens, but if they do build a new one, they have to build a dome, and then we can have a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that also makes sense. Like to do that, like going to football games here, like past September, early October is like miserable. Like you're a fool. Like I don't see how people pay that money to go, and they're super expensive. Like a game's like nosebleed are like $250, $300, and it's 10 degrees outside and dumping snow.
It's Chicago Bears right now. Why would you pay that much money to see?
Yeah, why would you sit through that show? Yeah. Well, most of their fans are delusional anyway, so like it kind of makes sense. But like every year is like
1985, babe.
Yeah, as soon as the season starts, like we're winning the Super Bowl. It's like you haven't won 8 games in 10 years. Like, what are you talking about? Super Bowl?
Whoa, we've gone to 2 playoff games in the last 4 years. So
Okay, so the Bears are planning on moving there to Arlington. Is that what's happening?
Arlington.
Yeah, it's like a suburb, like probably half an hour from the city.
Oh, okay, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That's hella funny because that's like what the Niners did. The Niners in Santa Clara.
Well, every team's done that now, basically.
Santa Clara or whatever.
Yeah.
There's more
Not the
space.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
That shit's right there.
So I've been to 2 Bay games against Chicago because it's in the beginning of the season, so it's not as cold. And
yeah,
so
like I went to a Bears game in September, and it was very tolerable. I also went to one in December. I begged to my friends to leave at halftime because it was like the worst thing ever.
Damn.
And the game went into overtime, and I'm like, this sucks. This is miserable.
That
your
sucks.
beers were free. Like, literally, like, you buy 2 beers, you'd set one down. By the time you pick it up, it'd be frozen.
oh Jesus,
That's
Just
fucking
like,
crazy.
they're probably
Why?
like $16 a beer.
Dude, fuck that, dude. Fuck, dude. For $250 plus the cost of, say, 4 or 5 beers, you go buy a sick ass flat screen, right? And just fucking chill in the garage. You could probably upgrade your garage for 2 games.
Yeah.
What's the wind
sicker,
chill? What's the wind chill at in December in Chicago? Like, what is the wind chill factor?
Well, it's the Windy City, so.
I mean, that's technically what, and it's not really called the Windy City due to that, but we can get to that in a second.
I know.
I don't know. It's not the winters lately haven't been. The last few haven't been like consistently bad. Like, you have some days where it gets down into like the teens and the 20s, but like I feel like pretty like this winter was very mild. I would say mostly in the high 20s, low 30s, the majority of the time, which I don't think it's particularly that bad. So I mean, that's what you get used to.
Like, we get that in Carson City. So.
Yeah, but Carson City gets up to like the hundreds too. I mean, you said the hottest it gets is the high 30s
in the winter.
What about summers? Does it get super hot?
Oh, like 80, 90.
Oh, okay.
Like, but only for like 3 months.
I was gonna say the summer's hell is short though.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, that's what sucks. The summer here is amazing, but it's so just not very long.
3 days.
Yeah, it's like it'll start being like consistently warm, like the middle to late May, and probably last until like September, and then it starts cooling off.
So I heard they call Chicago the Windy City because of lawyers, because they blow hot air.
That's very close. So in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, they were competing with New York over the World's Fair, and like the politicians in New York and the politicians said that the politicians in Chicago were mighty windy because they talked a lot of trash. So that's where it technically came from. But yes,
and that was mainly because of the Ferris wheel, huh? The Ferris wheel was a big part of that year. That move it over.
Yeah.
That guy who invented the Ferris wheel ended up dying broke. What's up, Megan?
Hi, Megan.
That Ferris wheel is actually was still here. I think they just got rid of it a few years ago.
The Ferris wheel?
Yeah. I mean, they built a new one. They got a new one, but the super old one was still here.
It wasn't operational, was it?
Yeah, they just done a bunch of upkeep and fixed a lot of things on it, modernized it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I remember because I don't know why I know this, but it was during the Olympics, and they were trying to get the Olympics, and then they were trying to get the World Fair, and they were hella competing with New York because it brings in tons of money for the city, and it was after the big fire, right?
Yeah, no, I think it was before because the fire was in the early. I know we had the World's Fair in 1890 something, 1892. I want to say. I think the fire was in 1912 or something like that.
Okay.
The Great Squirrel Fire, right? Is that what we're talking about?
The Great Squirrel Fire?
I think it started with over a cow or so they said.
A biodome or something.
Fuck.
Mrs. O'Leary's cow.
Making a filter. Making a filter.
How close are you to Soldier Field?
I don't know, probably 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I live it's on the lake and I live on the lake. I just live probably 10, 12 miles north of where it's at.
And that's why the lake is one of the reasons they keep calling it the Windy City as well, because of lake effect, right?
Correct. You get like lake effect snow, like you get a lot. I mean, because the lake is very big. Like the lake is like an ocean.
What's a lake effect snow? What does that mean? I've never heard that.
It's just like change it. I guess like when they say like we have lake effect snow, that usually means we're getting like a lot of snow.
Okay.
I don't know like what it's like has to do with like the storm system coming off of the lake, I suppose.
So northern Nevada, when because Tahoe is over here and we have a mountain, but when we have my hands aren't working, but when we have lake effect, we get more snow than Tahoe does because the lake somehow affects the system and pushes it over the mountain to us.
Right.
Because it's evaporating.
I hate snow. Do you get a lot of snow where you live, Mark?
Like you, we haven't had big winters, but every once in a while, like Tim's been up here when we've dropped like 3 feet in one day. Like
I feel like it was more than that. Maybe it was only like 3 feet.
Yeah. Like me, if I never saw snow again in my life, I'd be perfectly content and happy probably for the rest of my life.
I'm the same way. I don't know why I live here anymore because I used to snowboard, so it made sense.
I'm just too lazy to move. I know I live here. I'm just too lazy to move. Like moving's a pain in the ass. I'm like, where am I really gonna go? And then I get like, then I've been here 15 years. I'm like, I don't know. Like it works. There's nothing really that wrong with it.
I've been here for 18 years now, so we're about right there. I'm the same way though. Like I'm like, all right, like if I move somewhere else, it's going to be cheaper. And so where is cheaper than Carson City right now? And then I look at it and I'm like, no, I don't want to go there. It's
not a
Texas.
lot of places cheaper.
Texas is cheaper. I don't want to move to Texas
or Iowa or something.
Yeah.
No, like definitely not Iowa. That place is awful.
Yeah, anywhere with snow, I'm trying to avoid because that's what I'm trying to get away from.
Yeah.
Even if it did snow in Iowa, it's still awful.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing there unless you like corn. Like, just want to eat corn and that's it.
I do like corn. I like corn.
Well, I mean, I like corn too, but not that much.
Not enough to move.
That's so funny. Nah, California is fucking expensive, dude. It's ridiculous. What's gas like over there? You probably don't even know, huh?
It's like close to like $5 a gallon, probably like high $4.
A little bit cheaper than here.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like $5. It's like almost $6 some days.
Yeah, $6 is what I paid last time.
You probably see it for like $3 something. I don't know. I don't pay a ton of attention to it because I don't really drive. But
what about you, Mark?
We're at 5. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So, Josh, do you remember when the internet started?
I was there.
Yeah.
And we were at your house, and
was it an AOL CD?
We were on AOL, and we got a hold of some girls from Manteca, and they came to your house to meet with us. Do you remember this at all?
I don't remember this, but it sounds like something that very well could have happened.
It was so funny because
the best thing is like the line is, "Do you remember when the internet first started?"
Vaguely.
Like people like if you said that to someone like I don't know that was obviously. Like a kid now, they'd be like, "Damn, you're so old! Like, what did you do? What did you do before the internet started?" You know. Like,
I got asked that question the other day. Like, what? Because my future wife has an 8-year-old. He's like, "What did you do when you were my age?" And I was like, "I was outside."
Yeah, I went outside.
Yeah, I was just outside
dude.
I had nothing else to do.
It's crazy.
And he's like, "You have video games?" I was like, "Not like you do." Nope.
No. Yeah, friends that had video games, and their
back to the girls from Manteca. Were they hot?
So they were hot, but it was just funny because it was like a new thing, and we got online and we talked to them and convinced them to come over, and I mean, I have no game at all. You probably have more game than
most
me.
definitely me neither.
And like we just all like stood around and didn't say much, and then they left. Like it was, it was super uneventful, and we were just.
Homie, what happened?
What happened here?
We lost you, brother.
We lost your video.
We can still hear you.
Yeah.
So you're saying you guys didn't have Chris Hansen show up though? That's good. So as long as you weren't arrested.
Well, we were kids, so he was. Let's see. Josh had to be 14, which would make me like
a freshman, right? So he was like
16
our freshman
or something.
I'm also glad that older men didn't show up to your house to be like, let's party. Oh shit, what happened?
No, I was gonna say it was too. The girls were like 14, 15, but we were 14 and 15, so it like really didn't matter. But it was just so funny because like we had nothing to say to them, and like
you guys were like the high school dance.
We got them to his house, which was like we thought that was like the hard part, like we couldn't even believe like we got that. But then once they showed up, it was like like when a cat like catches something and doesn't know what to do with it. Like,
here's a gift.
We just didn't know like how to what the next step was from there.
Oh, Josh, he's back on. Oh, he's on his computer. Yeah, hold on, let me. Oh, much better.
There you go.
Let me turn off my phone.
Yeah.
My phone.
There, I kicked you out. I kicked your phone out.
There we go.
Oh, the audio is freaking so nice, dude. Oh,
yeah.
It sounds so
You look good.
better.
You sound good.
Let's start over. Okay, let's start over.
Okay,
scratch everything.
Run the intro. Go ahead, run it.
Well, that's funny. It's way better now.
Yeah, way better.
Well.
Episode 13. Just kidding.
Oh, that's funny.
Damn, we should have said something. The audio was pretty horrible, man, on your phone.
Yeah, you should have said something. I could have easily.
I don't know why. Everyone else, I'm like, you got a laptop, and everyone's like, oh yeah, and then the laptop's always better.
Yeah, you should probably lead with that, Tim.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're only 13 episodes in. I'm still learning.
That's pretty good.
Hey, dude, I'm freaking 40 years old hosting a podcast via the internet, bro. Like,
yeah.
I
mean,
mean,
Joseph were like,
aren't you 41?
Trying to get chicks to come over.
No, you're not 41 yet.
you know,
Did
what's
you hear
crazy?
the rest of that story?
I will. Be
Yeah, that's most of it. Yeah, how
Like
they came over and then we were just like probably just sat there like
just
kicking
awkward.
rocks around on the ground like what the hell? And then like, all right, we're out of here.
So, what school do you go to? Cool.
I do like
Yeah,
yes,
that was literally
you
the
did it.
only question I think I asked one of them.
Oh, all right. This is weird.
Like the only question I could get out.
Dude, the funny thing is, like, that was my skill set, but I still couldn't get girls. Like, I couldn't make other people talk when I was younger, and then they would end up with somebody else. I'm like, but I was doing the talking.
You were like a good wingman, dude.
Yeah, but I wasn't trying. I was trying to help myself out, but unfortunately, it worked for everybody else.
No, that's always how that works. I got to pee real quick. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
It's all right. Get out of here.
So, when's the last time you talked to Bowman?
Oh, that's crazy. Crazy story. It's been a very long time, but when I was living in Montana, this is super. I don't know if he like saw me on the internet. This might have even been like before Facebook even exists, maybe MySpace days. I thought I like briefly might have talked to him, and I think he was living in Idaho. But I'm at home I'm living in Montana. I'm at home one day in my apartment watching TV. I hear someone knock on my door, and I'm like, "Who the hell is at my house?" And I go and open the door, and it's him. He's at my front door. Hadn't seen this guy in like 10, 15 years, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I guess he like saw where I worked, and he was like in the area, and he stopped by my job and asked like where I was at or where I lived. And one of my buddies told him, and the next thing I know, he's like knocking at my door.
That's crazy.
That was the
And
last time I saw him. That was probably like 2006, 2007. I think he lives in Utah and like is married.
Did he
with a
seem like
couple-
he was doing good? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Like
cool.
married, has a couple kids.
That's
So
cool.
let's preface this because I don't remember a Bowman.
He lived in Ripon. He's like a buddy of mine. He was pretty
Tim,
crazy.
Tim, you're muted.
Porto and Thomas Frost were really good friends. JR like helped raise Bowman. JR and Panda.
So I should know who you guys are
should.
talking about.
Yeah, he's like a little blonde kid, and he had like curly.
Oh,
hair.
okay.
He's definitely not. He definitely grew up to be not little.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not little now. He went to the
He wasn't
military and got
little.
all fucking
Yeah.
jacked.
Yeah, he did
Okay.
go to the military. That's right.
Because he was a
Yeah.
little shithead, but he went to the military and straightened him up. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
we were
I remember
shitheads
him,
too,
man.
but
We're
like
all
we were kind of.
shitheads.
Yeah,
But
we were
he
all
was like
crazy.
one of those
Without a
kids
doubt.
that would have ended up like.
Yeah, he
under
was
the
pretty
bridge,
crazy
you know?
for like. Yeah, I remember he would do crazy things as a youngster for sure.
Yeah.
So he would do like any drug, dude. Too. He'd be like, fuck it, I'll take 2. You know, Bowman didn't give a shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and I remember like us not really like, cause you know we went real heavy and then we kind of stopped doing drugs, you know, and then like
Yeah.
he was still doing hard drugs. I'm like, fuck, you're still partying? Like we stopped doing that shit, you
I
know?
don't
It's
think
like
I've done hard drugs in a very long time.
No,
See, that's
me
the
either.
problem though, is because of how small Ripon was, and the fact that people followed us, kind of looked up to us
yeah,
for
it was
whatever
weird.
dumb reason. They went, "Oh, I'm going to do this," and it's like, "Oh, don't do what we do. Do what we say." Like, don't
Do as
follow
I
any
say,
of
not
what
as I
says.
do. No, we were horrible influences. It sucks.
Yeah.
I left
So bad.
Ripon in I think 2001, 2000, and I still did plenty of dumb shit after that for quite a while.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
hey, oh shit! You know what I didn't? I just realized this. So back in the day, Dennis and Danny used to sell the candles, and we
yeah,
used to ship
and
you-
they used to ship me weed. Yeah,
yeah,
they
we
were
used to
like-
ship you weed,
Dennis would
bro.
put weed in the middle of the candle and mail them to me. And then
Yeah,
it was
that's
funny. We
crazy.
would mail them to my buddy's house, and my buddy's mom would be like, "Why are you guys always getting candles and butter? Why are there candle pieces everywhere? The house
Yeah,
would just
candle
reek of
pieces.
blueberries." And like, we're like,
Damn, candles aren't
we
cheap
don't like
either.
these candles.
Shit.
They suck.
Well, they made them, so they had like their own candle business, and they were pretty successful at it, and they smelled so good. So what Dennis would do, he would add extra freaking scent to these candles, and we double boil them. Like I would help him. We double boil them, and then we'd like hollow it out, put the weed in there, and then we'd put like a layer on top, so it looked like a candle. There's no freaking way to know. dude, but you
I
had
get the concept, but were they actually making profit? Because if you're selling a candle and weed, like
No,
how much are you
dude,
selling that
no,
shit?
No,
for?
not at all. We made no profit. But we had some good ass weed. In Tennessee, you didn't get no good weed. Fuck, you just had shitty ass fucking.
And he's getting Cali weed, so we're sending Cali weed back
Yeah.
to the Midwest, dude.
I got-
and it's,
That helped me make a lot of friends. That's for sure.
yeah.
The funny thing
definitely
is, my
got
dad,
connected in.
you know, my dad who
So look,
doesn't
we might
smoke-
have buried him alive, but we set him up once he left too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. We put him on a
my dad
song.
who doesn't smoke weed at all would grow weed just for the fun of it, because I have a lot of friends and family that do smoke weed, and he would package it up and send it as well, like through the mail. I'm like, Dad, you're gonna get in trouble. He's like, I'm not putting my address on it. Are you kidding me? And I was like, you're such a boss, Dad. Good job, dude. Like he would send it to like South Carolina or something. I'm just like, well, that's illegal. He's like, no, it's not.
Isn't
I'm
it
good.
crazy though? Like how much weed has like evolved.
Well, I'm happy.
Oh, dude,
I'm
it's
very happy.
strong now, dude. It's pretty
Yeah,
strong.
like I can't. I don't even smoke weed anymore. Like I can't.
Oh,
it's
really?
Like too strong.
I was gonna ask you.
Do you
No
drink?
more weed, huh?
No, I'm like 5 months completely sober.
Oh, shit.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
That's awesome.
That seems to be like a theme on this podcast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really weird.
Like not by
That's
choice.
weird.
I had
That's
some
like
health
a-
issues going on, so I kind of had to quit. So
Wait, why?
All right.
What was the?
I
what
just
happened?
have some health issues going on.
Oh, that
so-
sucks.
And I never really liked drinking all that much anyway. So the booze was easy to give up.
Yeah,
The weed was kind of difficult, and I'll probably
Yeah.
still go back to smoking weed at some point. But
yeah.
just trying to get like some health stuff situated, see what goes on from there.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
shit.
well, good for you, man. Yeah, we got quite a few guests that's been on that are recently sober too. It's
But I
fucking cool.
miss weed. Like I love everything about weed, like the smell,
Yeah.
the taste, like the way it
Yeah,
looks.
it is the
Yeah.
best.
It is pretty
Yeah.
cool. It is a
I
cool
always
fucking-
talk about how I wish I missed weed because I drink and I know weed is a much better alternative, but it's just not for me. And someday, maybe, hopefully, I will quit drinking and just smoke weed or something, you know?
But have you like for you, Mark? Do you ever like try edibles? Like, cause some people hate smoking weed, but they love edibles.
Yeah, I have I found out years ago that I actually have like a high tolerance for edibles. Like I can eat
Right.
more than most people who like smoke daily. Like I could eat the edibles. But I'm not versed in weed anymore or CBD or anything.
Right.
And so the last time I did edibles, I made the mistake of buying sativa to help me sleep. Because I just walked into a shop in Nevada and was like, just give me edibles. And they're like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know. Just give me something like, give me some gummies or whatever. And I took them to fall asleep. I was like, oh, these aren't working. And then
And you took more.
30 minutes in,
That's how
I
it always
started-
happens with the edibles, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
started-
what happens with the edibles.
I could hear myself thinking.
Oh my
So
god.
like I was talking to
Yeah.
myself in my brain,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
and I was trying to use them to fall asleep. So
That's
it was
the wrong.
very counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have got. I realized later it
That
should
is
have been
the thing with
indica.
edibles. They can be
Yeah.
very tricky. And
Yeah, they
like
can.
it can
And-
not always
and that's the
end
thing
very
is-
well either.
Hell
Every
no.
time I either get high or try edibles or someone fucking weed rapes me and just blows smoke in my face, like the effect is not great for me. Like
Yeah.
it's
I've never
never
been
like
Well,
a,
it's because you're also drinking. So I think that if you weren't
also
drinking
yes.
as much, I think if you do decide to start smoking weed, I think you need to give weed its fair shot. By
Right. I've
doing
never
it
done
while
that.
You're not.
But
You,
I also
you gotta
think like
not
with
be
weed,
drunk.
like it's hard now to like for a beginner per se to find like weed that like is not just gonna like rock your socks the very first time. Like
I don't
you
know,
can't
I
find
feel
like some mids or something anymore. Like that shit doesn't exist. It's all
Well,
just
that was the funny thing. That's why because I was like nervous in the fucking shop. I was just like, I don't know. Like I felt like a 19-year-old trying to get alcohol again. Like I was just like, I don't know what to do right now. And so I was
Dude,
like,
I
okay,
love
that.
I go there
Okay,
now,
that.
dude. And they're like,
You
"Hey,
were
what's
just
up,
really
Tim?"
quick. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
know my name now. It's probably not a good thing, but yeah, they're like, "Hey, what's up, Tim?" I mean, I show up
Also-
in like painter whites every time, you know.
Weed
Yeah.
is fucking expensive, man. Like if I got addicted to weed, it's much more expensive than me just drinking beer. You
I
know.
feel like
Is
the
it?
weed, like you're
Yeah.
like weed in California is way.
Well,
cheaper
if I
than
did
weed
it the
here,
same
though.
way.
Yeah, we
that
just I was gonna say that, Josh. So over here, you could get mids, you can get lows, bro. You can get weed
Really,
that like remember the gas weed, bro. You can get
Yeah.
weed like that. I
you
mean,
can still find weed like that.
in the shops, you just go to the shops. You just tell them, hey, like. So I had a few friends that have retired, right, older dudes, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
just go in there and tell them I just retired. I ain't smoked weed since 1985.
I want
And
the
they'll
worst
give
weed
you
you
some
have.
shit. And I want the worst weed you have, you know, like high CBD, low THC, right?
Yeah.
They have it.
Yeah,
I mean,
They have like bad weed for sure.
They got bad weed for sure. Because I bought weed that I thought was good, and I was like, this is not good.
and like,
like
how
little
much like,
$30
per se,
eighth,
like if you go to a
$20
dispensary, like your dispensary that you go to, Tim, like how much is like a top shelf eighth?
Like the most like, I mean, you can pay $100 for an eighth if you want, but a top shelf usually $50. It's like 1999 prices all over again, you know. Like if you
Yeah.
want some super chronic bud, it's like old school prices, $50, $60.
Well, it's like relatively here. Like we have, medical and recreational here, and like the recreational they tax the fuck out of, but
Yeah,
like the medical,
it's
it's still like you're paying like 55 to 65 an eighth, like pretty standard across the board. But it's always like some really good weed.
Like
it's
when I
never,
go-
like,
When I go it's usually for my dad when I go to the club or whatever, and And so he will like just send me a bunch of money and be like, doesn't matter how much it costs. And whenever I go in there and I'm like, let me get like the top shelf, eighth, like whatever that is, and how, you know, and that's usually like close to $80.
Wait, your dad
like,
smokes weed?
So that's like the top shelf. Don't you remember the story?
Mad at you?
Like, no, you don't remember the
No,
episode?
he never really got mad at me. Not
The
for weed.
Sublime and blunts?
Well, that's because the truck
well,
is getting fucked up.
Well, also he didn't know what like blunts were all about. Like he thought they were like, that's why he's
Tweaking.
like, you're tweaking out on blunts. He thought it was like some sort of drug that like made you tweak out or something.
God,
And I think he was more pissed off that his stepside was getting all destroyed because we were just in there fucking running amok in the thing, you know?
Yes,
Gotcha.
we were. It was just pre blunts, really, because we were smoking blunts like way before there was blunt wraps, you know, like we were like
like Garcia Vegas busting those
Vegas.
Yeah, so like it was way before a lot of people knew what a blunt was, and my dad definitely didn't know what it was. So he just so it was just him. It was just him showing, you know, his age and just what do you guys are in the truck tweaking out on blunts and listening to Sublime.
He just showed. He just aged.
That's the best story ever.
It's so
it really
funny,
is,
dude. It's so funny, dude.
Yeah, tweaking out on blunts. It's just like that's not what you do at all.
You don't drink on blunts. Wrong bag.
Unless you're like doing this on them, you know, you might.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I think maybe that's what he was thinking because back then it was common for people to sprinkle some shit on a blunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's
it's really
true.
common. The cabbies and the chewies, like were.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I'm not gonna say I never did that. So.
Yeah.
So your dad probably knew that.
Never traveled that road.
Yeah.
So I want to switch it up because the one thing, you know, Josh and I, we didn't hang out that much, same circle sometimes, but how did the high school ID come about? And then the shirts.
That's right, dude. Can we find that? Where is it? Is it on?
I have it somewhere.
My brother said he has a picture of it. I could get him.
Yeah, I have it still.
To email it to me.
My freshman year, I made like a face, and it was like nowhere near as funny, but it was still pretty funny. And I don't remember who told me to do it again, but I was like, all right, fuck it, you know. So I'll never forget the lady just, you know, you go to get your ID or whatever, they take the picture. And the lady taking the picture was like, all right, on the count of 3, you know, smile or whatever. So she goes 1, 2, 3. And I just did something. And the camera, that is what the camera caught. And the lady, I'll never forget, the lady goes, you might want to retake that. And I just looked at her and went, that means it's good.
Yes, dude.
I remember they send those pictures home, like for your parents to buy or whatever, you know. And so like those like prints come, and I'll never forget my mom was so pissed. But now I look back on it, and even she does too. We talk about this from time to time. I'm like, you should have bought those. Like you really should have bought those because later on that became like infamous.
It's legendary.
Dude, kids go viral for that kind of shit now.
Like, you know, there's definitely people that we went to school with now who have, you know, obviously have kids. You have kids, Tim. Someone's like flipping through their parents' like yearbook, and they're probably like, "Holy shit, what's the matter with this guy?"
Oh shit! It probably is in my yearbook.
Yeah, it's like sophomore yearbook picture.
Okay, so we absolutely have to show the picture now. Do you want me to go get it real quick, or do you?
I have it. I just don't.
Because I can go get it.
Yeah, go get it, dude. We have to.
Is there in the yearbook at that time, was that during a time where you had a quote behind it or under it?
No, I don't think it had a quote. It was just like the picture with my name, Josh Johnson. Yeah. And that was. See,
now they do. I think that's more of a senior thing. They'll do like a quote, but damn it! And then you guys decided to make shirts.
John's sending it to me right now.
I'm sure it's on MySpace.
What's up, Armando?
We've been talking about MySpace a lot.
Armando, what?
What?
The Mandalorian. We got to get him on too. Can you add him to the list too, Mark?
Yeah, we got him. Flip just hit me up. Kirk Flip just hit me up.
These have been very entertaining, even though they're only supposed to be almost entertaining.
Oh yeah. See, hey, you know what, dude? under promise, over deliver, bro. You know,
It's funny, they've just been like a blast down memory lane. Like I'll be watching some of them or listening to them.
Shit.
Like
Yeah,
hear you guys
cool.
talk about something, and I'm like, oh shit.
Are you guys
I
ready
remember
for this
that.
or what?
Let's go. Here's the reveal.
Oh yeah, it's a very great picture.
oh, dude, it is amazing.
I
Let me
couldn't remake
here.
that face for.
Hang on.
I couldn't do it. I don't know how it happened.
Hold on, Paul.
That's the 90s.
Great.
100%.
I want to make Paul solo. Hang on.
You
let me
guys
see
still
if I can-
have those shirts? Because I know both Tim
I
and Joseph
wish,
have
dude.
one.
I wish I still had them. Oh, here. I
Josh.
gotta take this off.
Was it?
Well-
Tell me it was my idea to make it into a shirt.
All right, do it now, Paul.
I don't. I'll tell you it was your idea just because that's what you want to hear.
Dude, look at that fucking picture.
Whose idea
dude.
it was?
It's amazing, dude. It's so amazing, dude.
It's amazing.
It's so amazing, dude.
Ripping high barcode.
I still
yeah.
have it. I still
Dude,
have
it's
the
amazing,
original.
dude.
I still have that ID somewhere.
Dude, still have
I was
that
going
ID?
through.
I still have it. I've kept that thing
Wow.
like it's somewhere in my room right now. I've like kept it like
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, kids nowadays go viral for that type of shit, dude. Like if you just like opened up a TikTok and told that story and then show that picture, dude, and if you got
it
any
made it
pictures of
onto, like I don't know if you guys like follow college football very much, but I went to College Game Day for a Tennessee Florida game, and like there's
What?
people in the crowds that like make signs, and I made a sign like for the Florida's quarterback, and I put it like as him, and like made like a sign with it on it or with that picture on it.
yeah.
And I made it onto like Sports Center.
Oh,
Nice.
no way. So
Yeah.
do you know what
Is that clip? Do you know where that clip's at?
No,
do you know, okay. Do you know what game it was that you were at?
Tennessee, Florida, but it would have to be what year?
Let's see if we can find it, dude. I bet you we can
It
find
would
it.
take you. I'll see if
Nah,
I can
dude.
find it at some
I'm a
point.
wizard, bro.
Yeah, we'll have to have him come back on it once he finds it.
'Cause I
Holy
gotta
that's
think
shit.
what
hilarious.
year it was.
What
I
about
feel like
what
I
year?
was one of the first people who had that shirt or wore one.
Dude, I had one. I remember it was too tight. I had one. I never wore it because it was too tight around my
Yeah, I
arms
remember
and
I
stuff.
brought you guys one where you guys had a show like in Tahoe.
Yep.
I came to.
Yep.
When my
That's
buddy was
right.
with me, and we drove up for like
Yep.
a show at
Yep.
somewhere in Tahoe.
That's
Probably
right.
whiskey dick.
And I
Yeah,
wore
probably
that
was
shirt that night.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, there's pictures of that shirt. Then I think there's pictures of you playing in that shirt. 'Cause I feel like I've seen it
Damn.
recently.
There is
That was probably the
pictures.
last time I saw you, Joseph.
There are pictures. That was the last time?
Yeah, I think so.
How
What
long
year
ago
was
was
that?
that?
God, it's had to be in. Shit, I don't even know.
I'd probably say like
I'm trying to remember if I
2004,
lived here
2005.
or where I lived then.
Mondo said when we were talking about cabbies, he says, I'm on the cab right now. Sorry. It's a little late. I missed it.
God, I don't know. It had to be.
He followed it up with canned, so I'm assuming he's shitting while watching us.
Mm.
I don't know. A long time ago.
Oh, can. Okay. A
I
long
get
time
it now.
ago, for sure. I'm going to say.
Yeah, I
2006.
think Whiskey Dicks would have
2006.
been like 2004, 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. Because I
Yeah,
I
that
moved
sounds
to
about
Nevada.
right.
Where was the game at?
There's a picture.
Knoxville.
There's a picture of
So-
me and you, Tim, and I have that shirt on. Hell, I
I'll be right
remember
back. I
it.
gotta take a leak.
So 2006, Tennessee versus Florida. Looks like it's the whole game, dude.
So
what
he
I'm
was
saying,
on
like-
the pregame show, like Sports Center pregame show.
Oh,
so
Sports Center. Okay.
it's
let me
probably
check
going to be pretty hard to find.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to find.
it. You guys be surprised, man.
I know. I actually think I remember him sharing that. Like, I feel like I have a memory
That's-
of him like posting that. Either it might have been MySpace days where
Huh.
he was like, hey,
No,
look, I'm on-
I know that at some point he posted it on Facebook.
Yeah?
I remember like going down memory lane, like when he posted it, I was like, oh dude, that's so right. I remember that, You probably have to. Yeah, you're right. Maybe ESPN probably pulled a lot of their shit off. 2006 College Bowl foot. Oh, did I type
that'll probably be next to impossible to find, Tim.
Next to impossible.
Next to impossible.
That's true.
Keyword.
Nothing is impossible.
Keyword. If I had some little bit more information, I bet you I could find it. All copyright University of Tennessee. Let's see. That'd be hella cool to find it. But.
I would like to. I wish I could find a copy of the freshman year one. I don't have those yearbooks anymore, but
so your freshman year would have been my senior year.
Senior year, yeah.
You want me to go get it? I'll go grab it. I know where they're at. Here, I'll go grab it.
That's funny too, because I still have my. I have Ripon High School, and I think I even have a Ripona ID. Because that's something that I would just throw in a box, and I found them. It was in a box with all my tickets when I was younger too. So all my speeding tickets and arrest tickets, and
I actually tried to call the company that took the pictures to see if I could get an original copy of it, and they're like, we only hold them for 10 years or something, and I missed it by a year or two. I'm like, oh, this is awful. But at least I still have the original. And nowadays, you just save it, take a picture and save it at the computer. It's there forever as long as there's some way to
cloud.
It. Yeah, but back then, when the internet first came around,
it's just it really was. That was really what it was. It was really when the internet first started being a real thing, and it's just crazy to think that. The
internet is definitely now people don't live without you can't live without it. When I moved into the apartment that I live in now, I was here for a week. I had no internet, no television, no nothing. And I remember sitting here being this is horrible. What do people
kind of like a crackhead, what the fuck do I do now? I gotta do something.
There was not last summer, the summer before, this house on my street caught fire. It was a huge fire, and they had to cut the power off on the whole street. And I remember once the sun went down, I was just sitting in my apartment, and it was pitch black. I live in the basement, a basement apartment, and I'm just sitting here. It's pitch black. I don't have any candles or anything, and I'm damn, this is the 1800s.
Damn it, Tim's back.
No wonder these people only lived to 30 or 40. They hated their lives.
Fuck. Yeah, because I was at your house and I didn't have internet at my house. That's how long ago it was.
I remember your dad used to live down the street from me. I think on 7th Street.
7th Street. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to hang out in your backyard and smoke weed out of a tin can.
Yes, that was that was even though I was a lot older than you, that was one of my first times ever smoking weed.
Yeah,
it was the first time I'd ever. Oh shit! I don't know how long. What's it called?
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, I don't know how long that is, but it was the first time I ever took weed out of my dad's ashtray.
That's me and Erica Zinner.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Best personality.
They were so wrong. I don't know who Erica is. But... I got biggest flirt with Carissa Alvarez or whatever.
I remember me and Reese got we looked look-alike or something. It was me and Reese.
Yeah, you guys were the.
Yeah, I'd be in stores, places, and people would be like, Reese. And then I'd turn around and be like, wait, that's not Reese. That's funny.
Joseph? Oh, shit. Look how young you guys are.
Who's that gangster?
That's me and Joseph, dude. Crazy.
It's funny, Josh, is every guest that we've had on so far is from Ripon.
Oh, shit,
basically.
Dude.
And we all look the same somehow. So it must be in the water.
Yeah.
I opened the back page up and your thing to me is right here. It says, "What's up, homie? It's been a great year. I'm glad we became homies this year. We have done a lot. Crazy
That's
things.
Funny.
Thanks for being a good friend. It'll be boring without you around, but you'll still kick it. So for now, peace out, homie. You said homie like 6 times in that.
Hey, you know what's funny, Tim, is you like made my signature and I still sign my name like that to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I
I
bet that's what it
recognize
says. Yeah. I still sign my name like that to this day.
That's
I've never
crazy.
signed it any other way. Tim
Don't
just
give-
made it. I
Don't
just
give Tim
that
credit.
way, and I never changed any of it.
I did
really
it for my cousin too. My cousin still uses the one that I made him too. So let me see if you want your freshman picture.
Yeah, I think that's the original. Obviously, the original.
So this one you
21.
didn't.
this is where
one's-
the other one originated from.
Yeah, but this one you weren't. Were you really going for that?
Just like a funny face. I think I might just
Okay.
be cross-eyed and look kind of stupid.
Okay.
I haven't seen it in many, many years.
You might want to retake it.
Yeah,
That's
I
so.
remember just thinking to myself, that means it's good.
Here, hold on.
Oh,
Try to recreate it right now. Try
here,
to
I'm
recreate
gonna take a picture of it. That way I can show it on the screen better. Oh, this is hilarious.
Just try to
dude.
recreate it, Josh. Let's see.
This is
I
way
can't.
better.
No, there's no way. Like I don't even know if how my eyes move that way. Like it's just not. It's just something the camera caught, and that's just. That.
I can't believe how impeccable your timing was. Like
It was, but that's the thing is there was no like. I was probably trying to do something else, and that's like the camera caught it at
shit.
that point. Like,
Dude, it's a good
Which
one.
is funny is
Fuck.
because everybody else, like I look back at my IDs
yearbook.
and I have like a big ass zit or something that would like I'm just like sitting there like trying to look cool, and then there's a big ass zit on my face or something
Right.
like. And so I was like, I'm not gonna smile. Fuck that.
Dude,
and you
anybody
just
can
took it to a whole new level.
just think about this though. Like anybody could get online and take a picture right now. He did this like for his yearbook. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like
it
epic.
got
Like,
printed.
that's hella epic. Like,
Yeah.
What year was it? 90,
because anybody can grab his
99,
phone right now.
2000?
99.
99?
Like
99,
anybody could grab their
2000.
phone right now and try to do that. What he did, but he did it in his yearbook fucking picture. Like that is
Right.
so fucking epic.
Way before everybody
It's
walked
epic.
around with a camera.
It
in their
really
pocket.
is.
Dude, it's epic, dude. It's
That's
epic.
crazy. Like
Right.
that's a lot of. It takes a lot of balls to do that for your yearbook.
I mean, I just didn't care. Like, it wasn't matter.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what having a lot of balls is. Not caring.
Yeah, all the girls in our school were getting like
yeah, they all getting dressed
face
up
shots with dressed up and shit, and you're just like, let's go.
Let's go. Let's see
I
how
love
like,
it. That is so
stupid
sick.
I could look. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty infamous. I mean, that thing has been. A lot of people have seen it, and no one's ever not been like, "This is amazing." It's really funny. I have like one of my aunts who's like well into her 70s. It's like her favorite picture of me ever. Like she loves it. Every time she sees it, she's like, still asks for a shirt. I should still make
Yeah,
her one.
you need no. If I feel like an ant needs like a quilt.
And I feel
Like a
like it can be
blanket.
made. You can even have it be made better now with technology and shit. I bet you like you could
Yeah.
like really have some
Oh,
good
you can't
shirts
make
made
it
now.
better. There's no way to make it better.
I mean, you could like clean it
No,
up.
I mean like
Clean it
the
up.
screen print of it, like
Yeah.
the actual process. Like I bet it'll look really good.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, dude, here we go.
Yeah,
You
don't
put
touch
on
it
a
up.
blanket
Don't
for your
ruin it.
ant, that would be awesome.
No,
It
I'll
still
never
has
get-
to have.
Shout
still
out
has to-
ant.
Yeah, that picture needs no filters.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
still
I'm
has to
just-
have that 90s like that. You can see it's 90s on there. Like you can see it in the picture.
Yeah, I just needed to. I wanted this. I couldn't find it, so I had to like resave it, like an InShot or whatever. So let me go out.
Wait, what year was that?
99. This one was
Okay.
99.
So the other one was 2000.
2000.
And then that's what so after that year, because I left Ripon after my sophomore year. So that was when I
Oh
left.
shit, okay.
After that.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I graduated in 98, so we were just in similar groups,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
see?
so-
That's the original.
look at the little kid.
Yeah.
That's so awesome, dude. It's so awesome. Like that's printed. Like that is printed.
Yeah.
And that one wasn't on purpose, Josh.
No, that one, they're both on purpose. Like I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
It's so fucking awesome, dude.
I want
That's
people to
amazing.
remember this forever. Like they're
That
gonna go
takes-
through that and
that
Frosted
takes so many,
tits.
Bro.
Let's
Yeah,
go
it
back
takes-
to frosted
Whoa.
tips, Josh.
bleached out hair. Like
Like, imagine how mad your mom would be.
I know she's gonna pay
I paid for this
She
shit.
was so
$180 for these fucking pictures, you know.
She's
It's gotta
still
hang-
pissed. Like, I mean, what we're looking at 23 years later, and she's still mad. She's like,
Dude,
has
it's
no
so
pictures
epic,
left.
man.
She's
I
like,
swear,
That's
dude.
amazing.
I haven't
Holy
got a good
shit.
picture of you since the 8th grade.
Holy shit.
That's
man.
Well, to be
So
fair, at
fucking
least you had a
awesome,
mom
dude.
that was like, I want a nice picture of you. And then you did this, where my mom's like, no, we can't afford to buy those pictures. So we don't get pictures. I was like, all
I
right.
mean, I think of like people,
Me
they
too.
probably like, I wish she would have bought them. Like, cause you got to think like you go into someone's house maybe and they like, they still have their parents have those pictures like up from when they were kids, like in the
on
hallway.
Santa's lap and shit.
And like, you're just walking down my mom's hallway and then you see those pictures. And you'd be like, what the fuck?
That would be hilarious.
It would be so
It's
awesome.
like,
dude.
it's like an art gallery.
Oh,
Just of Josh.
it would be great.
Dude, well, we can
Oh,
do it.
fucking great.
Maybe I'll have to print one out and fucking just make it hella big.
That's
I
insane.
got
Yeah.
access to it.
Yeah.
That's so awesome, dude. You made money, right? You sold a whole bunch of the shirts. and
I
stuff?
sold, yeah, probably like 50 of them.
Oh, Armando, you called me the other day. I'll come help you demo. Joseph
That's
loves
the
the
fun
demo.
part.
Yeah, it's easy.
That is the
Joseph
fun
wanna
part.
go
That
tear
is
some
Yeah.
the
shit up.
fun part.
Yeah,
The
call
rest
me.
of
Who doesn't
So
want?
I feel like if you guys reprint both those pictures, it would be like Andy Warhol. Like if you had
Oh yeah.
2 of the freshmen and then 2 of the sophomore,
Yeah.
and then just made them prints. It's like
Yeah.
an Andy Warhol. Let's go.
I could do that. I could definitely do that without a
should do that.
problem.
That should happen.
You just sell them at the Rippin' Almond Blossom or whatever in a booth.
Uh,
Don't give Josh any of the profit, by the
yeah,
way.
I'm coming after you. I don't have a copyright or a trademark on it. I guess I should probably get on that.
You probably could. It's what do they call it?
You have to
IP, right?
trademark your own
Intellectual
face.
property.
I don't know, or what was that? We could make
No.
those into NFT.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say, Tim.
Now that- there we go.
Tim
Now
makes
we're on
an
to something.
NFT.
Hey,
That's-
make an NFT,
That's
bro.
the best idea I've heard all day for sure.
You can
Yeah.
make a
Maybe all week.
What was I gonna say? Yeah,
Because
dude,
that's all like
definitely.
an NFT is, right? It's just like
Yeah, there's a little more to it, but essentially, yeah, it's just a picture. But like some people, like essentially, if you buy these NFTs, then you get access to like certain like things, you know,
Like an
events.
internet copyright, right?
It's like and it's like you own it. So like if
Yeah, you
somebody
own
else uses it in a movie, you could like
Yeah.
essentially sue them because you own it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Or they could go to you, like if they saw that and they want to pay you for it's basically just having the rights to that photo, right?
Yeah.
It's just a way for rich people to launder
Spend more
money.
money.
But we could
That's
use
all
it
art
to,
is, anyways, right? I mean, it's just you've seen art. Some of it's so ridiculous. It's like
yeah, it's really,
it's
really
a
bad.
joke. It's just a way for them to hide their money and launder money. I feel like That's
Mark,
my
you
thing.
have the most talkative cat I think I've like.
It's
ever-
annoying.
She's the mascot.
Does she like do that all day long, or
Uh,
just when you're on the podcast?
Well, when she's hungry, she comes and talks to me. I actually have to walk her to her food.
Well,
Like, I-
by the size of that cat, she's probably hungry quite a while. Like
Yeah.
she looks like she's been eating.
She probably
quite
needs
a
to
bit.
miss a meal. She never
Yeah.
misses a meal.
Yeah, probably because
Lately, she's been killing mice and birds in my yard, and then brings them in the house, which pisses me off. But
I know my cat too. Fuck.
That's
whatever.
what they do.
Yeah,
It's a gift, bro. It's a gift.
I'm
from
impressed.
God.
I
Like,
know.
anytime
But
they
it
can
also
catch a
makes a
bird, I'm
mess.
just impressed. Like,
I'm
you-
impressed too, but I didn't realize that's like really bad. Like domesticated cats are bad for the environment due to how many birds they kill.
I'm
Really?
like amazed.
Is that a
They
thing?
kill like something like 2 billion birds a year.
Dude, that's good because birds aren't real. That's 2 billion less cameras and microphones
that's-
flying
yeah.
around.
Less
bro.
drones.
That's funny
Come
you
on,
say
Tim.
that.
That's less
Oh.
drones, bro. That's
Yeah.
more battery powered
I wish I
stuff
had
and
that
save those
picture.
batteries.
Man.
I see
when
these
I-
signs. Like I live right by this like very large park, right? And people always post signs like "birds aren't real," the government's watching you, and like there's always like flyers.
So
up,
there was
like,
this guy. So there's this guy who like started this whole movement, right? And it turned into like this big like LLC. And he just recently like said, okay, like we're done. We're not doing this anymore. It was fun while it lasted. Like it's just been like a 10-year joke. The birds aren't real, and everybody that like and they boycott Twitter because their logo is a bird. The cat.
cat is like this. Like,
Hey, interesting fact about cats is when they meow, they are specifically meowing to humans. Like cats don't meow at other cats to communicate.
Right. Like where
Isn't that
dogs
weird?
like bark at other dogs, but
Yep.
cats are. I mean, cats are like far smarter than dogs.
I would think so.
I'm definitely more of a dog person, but like cats are like you can leave a cat, alone with some food and some water, and it'll survive for quite a long time. You leave a dog, it's either dumb enough that it won't eat the food, or it'll eat it all like right away. It won't have any left.
Yeah, it's dumb. And a cat will just go, like you said, kill fucking critters out in the yard,
Right.
Yeah.
See, I thought if as like a male, I was like, oh, I got to be a dog person, and I love my
Each
dog.
their own.
Mark,
But
it's
my dog-
2022, bro.
I
Yeah,
know,
you can
my
be
dog's
whatever.
an
You
idiot.
can be
You can
a
be whatever
lizard
you
man
want.
or whatever you want.
You
But-
could be a woman.
Yeah.
Then I got a cat. When the cat was a kitten, I was like, oh, cats are cool too. I don't have to do that much. And then this cat is fucking so dependent on me. I'm like, fuck both these animals. I hate them both.
Is
Cats
that
are
the
so
only animal you
that's-
have?
What's that?
You just have that cat, or do you have other animals?
I also have a dog that they're so dependent on me where I'm just like, fuck them both. Once they die, I don't want animals anymore.
Really?
Same,
I can see that
Yeah.
now. I think it'll change.
same,
Yeah.
dude.
It's
Yeah.
debatable.
I'll
See,
never
cats
get
are
a golden.
so-
Fuck them both right now.
Yeah.
Fuck both
Like,
these
see, I'm
animals.
the opposite. Like, I'll never not have a dog like ever.
I'll have a cat because for those main reasons that fucking cats are just they can do their own fucking thing. Like they're happy to see you, but
No,
if you
that's
leave,
debatable.
they don't really get my cat loves, dude. He comes up on my lap in the morning, I put my shoes on, runs up at me when I get home. That cat runs up to me more than my dog does. My dog comes home and looks at me like fuck you. I'm like, all right.
Well,
I
my
think
cat's
my
like,
dog-
hey, dude, walk me to my food. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Zero,
Okay.
I used to have to touch it. Like I used to have to go, like make noise, like touch
Yeah.
it, and then he'd fucking eat. I don't know. I wouldn't even. Sometimes I'd fake pour new food in, and touch it, and then he'd eat it because he'd sit there and he'd like sniff at it and he'd look at me. I'm like, motherfucker, eat your food, you little bitch. You
Yeah,
look
like,
at me. I'm like, high maintenance, dude. So then I like pretend to put some, make noise, and then he would eat it. He was a
my
little
dog
brat.
is super low maintenance. She likes attention for like 10 minutes out of the day, and then she's like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah, dude, I got a
it's
golden
good. Like,
retriever.
I don't
She's
know.
like a
I just
person.
talk to the dog. Like it's like I'd rather be around my dog half the time than like people. Like
Yeah,
because she
I
doesn't
feel you.
talk back.
What is
So
that?
this is probably really hard to see, but
It's
this
very
was
hard
me
to
last
see.
night.
I can't see.
Can't see
Yeah.
it.
Well,
It's a bad picture, Mark.
I hope you have clothes on. If I could see the picture.
But
Probably
it's just
don't.
the cat last night at like 3:00 in the morning
You probably don't.
climbed up
Probably
onto
doesn't
my
have
chest, and then the
3 in the
dog
morning
laid.
definitely doesn't have clothes on.
No, I have a blanket on.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Do you have
But the
clothes
cat-
underneath that blanket?
Yeah.
The cat climbed up on my chest, and then the dog climbed across my legs at 3:00 in the morning. And I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
So you don't.
They
In other
love
words, you
you.
don't get very good sleep.
Mark.
Yeah,
love you.
I know.
Yeah.
They're my animals.
Mark doesn't wear
Unfortunately.
underwear. Do you even own underwear?
Yeah.
You don't own underwear, do you?
I started re-wearing underwear probably about 20.
Re-wearing
2007.
We re-wearing them, and then but you
Yeah.
didn't buy any new ones. Those are still the ones you had for like.
Re-wearing
It's-
underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't
Not
bought
a lot of
any new
people
ones
have to
since
make that
2007.
statement in their life.
That's so funny.
Like, how
Well, the
many
story
people-
is we were stuck in Santa Cruz. We were stuck, and then
For a while. A week.
I didn't have clothes anymore,
Oh
so
yeah,
I just
you guys
stopped
talked
wearing
about
underwear.
that on a podcast, I think.
Yeah. On one
And we
hour.
you guys also
Forever.
touched base that I was with you two when we found that dead guy in Santa Cruz at Bonnie Dunes.
Yeah, you were there with us.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Fucking
Shit,
Danny.
Tim. I think Tim texted
Yeah,
me at
Dan-
the
no,
time we
fucking
had
grabbed
text.
that guy's like he was just dead in the car.
Yeah.
And, like,
He's like rigor mortis, so like Danny like pushed him over and dude was just like
he picked him up by his hair, I remember, and was like, "Nope, he's gone."
he's like, oh yeah, he's like eating chips. He's like,
Yeah.
And then
oh, yeah, he's
everyone-
dead.
Joseph got
Want some
super
chips?
scared because I think he had like a warrant,
I was fucking shitting my pants.
and
I
then
had
the
a warrant.
cops came. Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
oh,
I have to
dude,
ask-
we gotta go. We gotta go.
Why are
It's
all
nuts.
three of you at a nude beach together? That's weird.
I don't.
It's not
I
exclusively.
don't think it was a nude beach.
It's
I
not.
don't think it was a nude
exclusively-
beach.
Bonnie Dunes is nude optional beach.
There
Is it
was
really?
like no one there except for
Yeah,
us
nobody
and the
was
dead
there.
guy.
Yeah.
There was that
Nude
chick
beach.
though. Remember, there was a weird chick who asked us like where she was. She's like, "Where am I?" We're like,
I don't remember that.
how'd
I
you
don't
get
remember
here?"
that either.
And she
I
had a
remember I had like
blanket and-
some friends of mine with me from Montana, and like it was like their first time in California, and then we just, let's take
Find
them to
a dead
Santa
guy.
Cruz, and then we find dead guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. They
Well,
say he died of natural causes.
in Santa Cruz, you're everywhere you go. Someone's gonna ask you, "How did I get here?" Unfortunately,
Yeah,
like
Sure,
every
where
time
am I?
I go there, they're like, "Where am I at?" I'm like, "It's Santa Cruz." Oh, okay, all right.
They're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." Fucking
there are some
creepy.
interesting characters there.
Yeah,
That's for
especially
sure.
at
I
night.
mean, but that's
As
a
soon as
lot
the
of
sun starts
California.
going down, vampires come out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't been very many places. Unfortunately, like I've been a lot in the U.S., but Santa Cruz still to this day is one of my favorite places of all time. So
Santa
Like-
Cruz.
Santa Cruz, Cozumel, Mexico might be my favorite, but I only spent like a few hours there. But other than that, I think Santa
man.
Cruz, and I know Santa Cruz, so like I can just walk around that town and
I think
know where I'm
everybody-
at.
Like if you know Santa Cruz, it probably is like much better than like if you don't know where to go there.
Yeah,
I used to know. I feel like if I went there, I'd get my bearings pretty quick. But I used to know.
It's
we used
pretty
to go
easy.
a lot. We used to go a lot. Like fucking. I feel like
Every
other
weekend.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
up in fucking Santa
And-
Cruz like every week.
and we spent what like 10 days there, kind of as bums.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were bums there for like 2
We
weeks.
had a house. We weren't homeless, but we were bums.
Yeah, we were stranded. I mean, technically, we could have found a way
Stranded.
home, but we just
Yeah.
were stranded for 2 weeks or whatever, you know.
But
I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to go back to work.
Yeah, none of us wanted to go home. I was like,
I
fuck
mean,
this. We live in Santa
Nothing's
Cruz now,
changed all these
motherfucker.
years later. No one wants to go back to work.
Yeah, it was like Sarah Draper's fucking car.
No, it was the Suburban.
Oh, was it?
The
Damn, I gotta
You
Suburban.
pee.
just live in a car.
I'm sorry, I gotta pee. Hang on.
No, it was I don't remember her name, but she owned a Suburban, and so she took me, Tim, Andrew Burton. I don't know, but it was the old school Suburban, and took us to Santa Cruz. Her Suburban broke down, and Tim and I worked at the same
That's how you
company.
got stranded there. Okay.
Yeah, Tim and I worked for the same company at that time, and we kept telling our boss, "Hey, we're stuck in Santa Cruz," and they kept giving us the same options, like, "Oh, we'll come pick you up," because they worked in. At that time, we were working like San Jose, San Francisco. We're like, "Oh no, we're gonna get a ride home tomorrow," and then didn't get a ride home, and then next day, "No, we're gonna get a ride home tomorrow." And so I think we spent like 10 days. This was when Ryan Noble and Heidi lived in Santa Cruz, was going to Santa Cruz College or whatever. and we just kept delaying it, and we would just walk because it was Front Street that leads into it, the one or whatever, and then we just lived off of dollars, and we went to like pawn shops thrift stores to get clothes, and so we spent like 10 days there. I think we had Scotty with us. Did we have Scotty with us at the time?
Yeah, I thought we went. Yeah, I forget who was all there. There was a bunch of us there though. But it was.
Well, I just remember it was the Suburban with. I can't remember her name, but
Sarah. Right? Oh, Jackie.
No, it was a random girl that she had a Suburban, showed up at the Ribbon Skate Park, and went, "Hey, we're going to Santa Cruz," and we jumped it.
I remember her name was something Hart, Nikki Hart, or right? Wasn't it that girl?
Dude, I don't remember.
Jessica Hart. It was Jessica Hart, and she had the Jeep later on, right?
No.
Who cares? Fucking
who cares?
Fucking groupies.
Joseph, do you remember that time we went to San Francisco? I think it was me, you, and Shorty, and we all ate ecstasy. And I remember you like sat down and like you didn't say anything for like a very long, what seemed like a very long period of time. Yeah. I really thought like something had happened to you, and then you just shot up and just started running the streets.
Yeah.
Wait. Whoa. What happened?
I took ecstasy,
dude. Sometimes
this is on 420, and it was us. It was us three and somebody else. There was a fourth person. It was
me, you, and Shorty.
Yeah, I want to say maybe Mark Sutton. There was one more person with us though. Anyways, I took ecstasy that I had bought from a random person in San Francisco.
Yeah,
and
always a good idea.
Always a great idea. And it first started kicking in, it really was bad. It was like a bad trip for like the first 20 minutes. And I was like, I got really quiet and I felt like sick to my stomach. And then like we were walking in and out of these stores and I keep thinking like this people were following us and shit. I was tripping like it was really a bad trip. And so I like had to sit down, and then I sat down for a little while, and then it just started feeling like hella good, like overwhelmingly, incredibly good. And I like jumped up out of like my seat because I like sat there with my head down, like quiet, and they were like, "What's wrong? Are you all right?"
Forever. What seemed like forever.
I was in a bad place for a little while, and then I shot up and I just started running and laughing and just like going, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" and just like running around like just having like the greatest time of my life. That happened for like, I don't know. I mean, what seemed like an eternity, probably like a couple minutes of that.
Yeah, it probably wasn't that long, but
and then we
was that the same. Oh no, that would have been a different trip. I remember one time we went and
I remember
one of the twins was there and we were at the park and I think we took shrooms or something. It was on 420 and Dennis flipped out and thought we were trying to like, he like had like a psychotic break, like you, like he had a bad trip. I don't. Were you there? Was that the same? I don't know if that was the same trip.
I don't know.
It's hard to remember through all the fungus.
Remember that.
Through all the fungus, yeah.
It was mostly shrooms. I know I did acid a couple times, but I remember liking shrooms way more than
acid. Was always just way too long.
Acid's too long, too intense. It was like this is too much.
Like I got a buddy now who's still like. I mean, we're the same age, so we're both 38, and like he'll still trip, and I'm like,
I know.
How do you do that? Like, I feel like my body would just like break down. Like, it wouldn't withhold it. Like, I guess it's all mental. It probably would, but like,
I think it is mental.
Doesn't seem fun at all.
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I'm totally good. Well, we did enough, bro.
Bad places your brain could go, like
and you already go into it now with that mindset, so it's like you're doomed from the beginning.
Yep, until you can get your mind right.
That's where I'm at. But I think one day I would like to try shrooms.
You should.
Yeah, you definitely should. Even if you just like microdose, like to, ease yourself into it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I always recommend shrooms at least once.
I don't want to do the microdosing because I feel like that's like I want like the full experience. Like
you should have it. You should have the full experience.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then, but I just don't know if there's enough. Like, I won't ever do acid, because I
You
feel
don't
like
need to.
Yeah,
me
dude.
neither.
You could
Yeah,
you
you
could
don't
go
need
without
to.
acid, but you can't go without doing shrooms. You gotta do shrooms.
Yeah. I need to try shrooms.
I
Maybe
think
we'll
this
do
is
it
like,
for the bachelor party.
close enough.
Like maybe
And I-
take a gram, maybe like 1 gram. Wait a few hours, see how you
I
feel.
also think within the next, I would say 10 years, like shrooms will be legal at least somewhere.
Oh, dude! Before
Hopefully.
that, I think pretty soon, man. There's
Yeah.
a lot.
It should be.
They're doing a lot of research.
Yeah, I
on
think
it.
Definitely should be.
Yeah, I
because they
think there's
finally
too many,
legalized them.
Obviously,
They-
therapeutic,
Yeah.
reasons
Qualities
for
and
it
benefits.
to be legal.
Where
Yeah,
did
and
they legalize it, Tim?
So in the federally, I think federally, but as far as I know, federally they released it, legalized the research.
Yeah.
So like scientists and like hospitals and shit can
And
get
quite
their
a few
hands on it.
places, I know, like I wouldn't say quite a few places, but there are definitely places where it's completely decriminalized.
Right.
Yeah.
Seattle's
Yeah,
one.
Seattle, I think
Okay,
Colorado
yeah.
as well. Like,
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Colorado.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
I think
I
there
mean,
is
Can't
a
wait till they're all
handful.
decriminalized. Every single drug.
I mean, that makes the most sense. Like, I mean,
That's true freedom for us.
it would just cut down on so much crime, and resources and waste of money. Like, you could focus that money that you spend fighting this so-called war on drugs that you've been fighting for years and years and years. Why don't you fight like mental health or homelessness or so many other things instead of
I heard. I'm not a conspiracy guy at all, but I heard that the reason that they don't legalize drugs is because it'll fuck up like our whole economy and our whole system. Because like a lot of the jails will lose a lot of money because they're
definitely
weak.
that, and I think a lot of it fucks with the pharmaceutical companies as well, which
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I think,
okay.
have a lot to do. I mean, they're easily the richest,
Oh, big
businesses
pharma,
in the
dude.
world, I would
And
think.
they're the
or at
shadiest
least in the
motherfuckers ever
States.
too. They be lying and shit.
There's so many medicines that are like under, just like certain umbrellas. Like,
Dude, every
Fentanyl.
commercial I see,
Yeah.
that's for a new medicine, I'm like, well, that didn't exist when I was young. So, and they're just
Yeah.
like, oh,
yeah, it's really
if you
funny
have
how
this,
like when we were kids, like you'd see, like commercials with like cigarettes and a lot more like beer commercials. And now you see like nothing but pill commercials and fucking, it's crazy.
yeah, and then at the end, they're always like, oh, you're going to have anal bleeding and cancer. But luckily, you will
That
no
damn
longer
anal
have
bleeding.
restless leg syndrome. It's
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah.
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 Like,
It's
I'd rather
it's like-
have my leg move than my anus bleeding.
It's
and
like, how do
cancer.
you want to die? Do you want to die
Yeah.
from taking these pills that are stopping you from dying another way, or do you want to just die that way you're going to die?
That reminds me of the fucking, I don't know who it was, Louis C.K. or one of them, and he's like, my ankle's all messed up, and he's like, well, just
Yeah.
take 1,000 aspirin. He's like, well, won't that fuck my stomach up? He's like,
Yeah.
well, it depends on how much your ankle hurts. You just wait and balance it out. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, I didn't realize, like, taking like so much like ibuprofen and stuff would like jack my kidneys up, but it has definitely.
Is that
Yeah.
that was one of your medical?
Yeah, like
What's
my
going
kidneys are like super fucked. They're like pretty close to failing. So
Shit.
like working on that, trying to steady them out. Which I also have a kidney disease, but just these things over time have not worked well to contribute to my life.
So, what's your like diet? Have you had to make any major diet changes?
Yeah. So recently, like I started all this like pretty heavily back in January, but like low sodium, low potassium, like the potassium's gotten really high. Like that's one thing I've been battling is like keeping the potassium down, which I mean, as I've always thought like having, potassium is a good thing.
That's
which
what I
it
was
is.
about to say.
Which
Yeah.
it is, but like super high levels are a bad thing. Like,
So what has a lot of potassium in them?
Bananas.
It's not what. Well, there are things that have high potassium. Obviously, bananas, avocados, spinach, root vegetables like potatoes, sweet potatoes are very high in potassium. But So I can't really eat any of those things. I can eat some of like I can eat a banana, but I can only that's all I can eat of potassium like for a day, pretty much.
Okay.
So
Do you actually like bananas?
everything has
I
potassium.
don't like
in it.
bananas.
I like bananas, but I need to like eat them every day? No. It's perfectly fine. But the thing is everything has potassium in it. So therefore I gotta like watch like how much of it I could eat. I don't know what you're showing me. Sopot. That's funny. I saw Sopot in Kansas City last summer.
Hello? Yeah.
What's up, my nigga?
What's up, dude? Dude, you'll never guess.
I hope you know who this is.
Dude, I'm on a podcast. You know, did you know that we started a podcast?
Yes, I fucking.
He's watching the podcast. But yeah, so that's what I was saying.
Dude,
Like,
right.
yeah, you can't watch, or I gotta like watch what I eat, which has been somewhat difficult and somewhat not that hard at all, really. But
So you're saying everything you eat has potassium in it? Like
just about everything, yeah.
that's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So how do you watch your potassium intake if every single thing you eat has potassium in it?
So like I have like a level, like I can have between like 2,500 to like 3,000 grams of potassium a day.
Wow.
So I just have to keep it like it's a lot of like
It's a lot of
measuring
work.
food out. Yeah. And I mean
sorry
I
about that,
keep it
man. That
as close
sucks.
as I can, but like yeah, baby steps basically. Like
Yeah.
Is it like similar to like diabetes?
what's
Where
that?
you have to? Is it similar to like diabetes?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
All right.
so the same thing happens to your kidneys like if you have diabetes, like your kidneys will go bad or can go bad. And so it's very similar. What's Sopot doing?
He's driving. He was just like, man, I was just thinking about it. I watched your guys' fucking podcast. And he's like, I was thinking, I need to get on this motherfucker. I was like, yeah, dude, for sure.
I saw him in Kansas City. Like I saw him. I stopped at like he hooked me up with a room at the casino he works at.
Was it Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
Missouri. Like I went on a big like in the middle of COVID, I went on a big road trip with a buddy of mine. We went into like all these national parks, and on our way back, I hit him up because we were going through Kansas City and stopped and saw him for like a day. It's kind of cool.
Did you go to the what's it called? Was it PLE? I've been there once. The Power District.
Is it in Kansas City?
In Kansas City, Missouri?
I literally went to the
Power Light District, PLD.
I went to the casino where he worked at. I like hung out with him, slept there, and then woke up in the morning, went for breakfast, and then left.
Oh, okay. I was pissed off because when I was there, Nevada's 24 hours, and in Kansas City they stopped serving around 2 and total cutoff at 3. And I was like, what?
Alcohol or for gambling?
For alcohol. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, come on. You're a casino. You can't cut me off.
Yeah,
and so at 2 o'clock, I was like, can I get a Bud Light? And they're like, yeah, this is your last one. I was like, no, it's not. And they're like, yeah.
That just ruined your whole day.
Like, yeah, I was just like, I'm going to bed. What that?
Threw out
probably safe.
Mark had these grand plans. He was like, I'm going to drink all night. I'm going to gamble.
Yeah, it saved me money for
like,
sure.
Nope, this is your last one. He's like, fuck.
I remember when we were
so I ordered 2. Obviously.
Oh, you ordered 2. Okay.
I remember when we were traveling too, we came across a couple states that were like that, where it was like they sold beer, but they stopped selling hard alcohol after like midnight or something like that.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty smart.
Like,
hell yeah, that is hella smart.
Like,
that's
obviously,
smart.
Joseph, you're a bartender. Like, what time does your bar close?
We do last call at 1:30.
Okay, so then you could. What about on the weekend?
1:30, 1:45 at the latest. Yeah, same every night.
When you go to like the gas station and buy booze after like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hell no.
It's California.
2 to 6.
So like here you can buy booze at the gas station all night long.
Oh, okay.
but you can't buy. Only on Sunday you can't buy it till like 10 a.m. and then that's it. But which is really weird.
Sounds like an old like Christian rule from like a long time ago that they just kept.
They're just hanging on to like this little thread of time.
Yeah,
some Bible Belt shit.
The bars close at 2 a.m. Monday or Sunday through Thursday, and then Friday they close at 3 a.m. and Saturday they close at 4 a.m.
Whoa.
Wow.
Weird. That's weird.
And then there's like some 5 a.m. bars that have these like weird licenses, and you can go there. Like you can pretty much like
Wow.
So that's why
nobody needs to be fucking drinking until 5 a.m.
Yeah, good things
watch
don't
your mouth.
happen. The only two things that are happening are bad decisions and cocaine, which is also bad decisions.
Yeah, and that's probably why there's a lot of crime, because everybody's so confused by Chicago's rules. They're like, no, I thought it was Friday. I thought I was allowed to drink. What the hell? Like,
dude, that is so.
Yeah,
that would be
that
me every night. Just be like,
4 a.m.
What day?
One night to the next.
When I lived in Tennessee, you can't buy beer on Sundays. You have to go to a different store to buy liquor. Mm-hmm. You can't buy wine at the grocery store. You can't buy beer at the grocery store. There's all kind. You can't have.
So you're telling me in Chicago it goes Thursday 2 a.m., Friday 3 a.m., Saturday 4 a.m.
Correct.
Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'd be so confused.
It's so confusing. Yeah, I feel like I'd be like thinking it was going to be Saturday, but it's Friday and Thursday. Like,
not every bar, like. So there are certain bars and clubs that are open till 3 a.m. and certain ones that are open till 4 a.m. Not every bar is open till like on Saturday night. Not every bar is open.
I guess it's the same here. Kind of. Some bars close here at 10, 11, 12, and then other ones stay open all night like mine. So I guess it's kind of the same.
So when you close, Paul, does everybody have to be out of the bar by 2 o'clock, or is it like?
Yeah, because there's like laws. There's like laws and shit. Like we're not like technically by law, we're not supposed to serve anybody past 2 o'clock, no matter what. And even like you're not supposed to have an empty liquor container in front of you at past 2 a.m. So we have to like get everybody's glass from them and all that shit. That's why we call it like 1:30. We gotta like get everybody's shit drank and get their shit out of their hands and get them out all by 2 o'clock, hopefully.
And getting them out is the hardest part, probably.
All the time.
Because like we've all been there. We're drunk. We're like, fuck you, I'm staying. I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we like a lot. Like most nights, 75% of the time I work because I work a lot of weekends. We have security, so I don't even have to worry about that kind of shit. It's pretty easy.
I thought it was really funny at the beginning of this here podcast tonight. You were talking about no one showed up to the Michael Bolton concert.
Yeah. I was
like trying to get connected here. I'm like, did I just say no one showed up to see Michael Bolton?
Because I was scheduled today because I'm usually not working on Thursdays, but they scheduled me today because of that show.
You thought there was going to be a big turnout, huh?
Exactly, and nobody showed up, so that's why I got off. I got off at like 6 p.m. I was supposed to be there till 8, but nobody showed up. So I felt pretty bad for Michael Bolton. Like,
I wonder if like,
do you really feel bad for Michael Bolton though?
Do you think Michael Bolton was like,
Michael Bolton gives a fuck about you?
He's a beautiful man.
I want to know, like. I just wish there was some way you could see like a screenshot of the crowd. If there was a crowd, like it would be great if not a single person showed up.
I wonder if would you play if you were him? Would you still play?
So the people that like actually talked to us about going to the show, there was 5 total that came into the bar, which is like nothing. Like usually it's like the whole bar is all people that are going to the show, but there's what time 5 people in there.
This show had to start at like if you
starts at 7.
Starts at 7. Okay.
Started at 7. Yeah.
Busy Thursday night, Michael Bolton. Oh, dude.
So we're supposed to be busy from like since it starts at 7. That means that if it's sold out, if it's like a sold out show, it'll be busy from like 5 to 7 basically. But it'll be like packed nonstop, just the whole time. It's 2 hours of just craziness. And
does this place like normally have some like decent shows?
Yeah, it's it's this place it's like I don't know, everybody that you could think of kind of has played there.
It's like it's a national like venue like in Modesto. It's a big ass like here. Look, it looks right here.
Like
dude, but who's trying to see Michael Bolton? Like,
I want to know who's going to see like Michael Bolton on a Thursday night.
I'm surprised my mom didn't call me and said,
I'd try to see
"Hey,
down here.
we're gonna go see Michael Bolton." Like,
what's that? Who plays tomorrow? So it's like people like I guess Michael Bolton and then somebody like pretty famous is gonna be there tomorrow. Let me look it up real quick.
Okay, I was good.
Oh, Michael Bolton. Does anybody know a song that Michael Bolton even sings? Like
it's saxophone, right? He does like
he just plays saxophone. Yeah.
Does he play saxophone or was that Kenny G?
No, it's same like era. You know, same like era.
Oh, Morris Day and the Time are playing soon.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm smooth like
I met that guy when at the Hard Rock when I worked there. Morris
I forgot my court date.
Styx is playing soon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like Styx.
David Foster.
It's typically older like acts, you know. It's not really like super modern like stuff, you know.
David Foster, isn't that the guy that wrote? No, that's Stephen Foster who wrote My Old Kentucky Home. Never mind.
Like Ron White played there.
Oh, okay. So like
Cheech and
lot
Chong.
of stuff that like our parents would like.
Yep. Gladys Knight.
And the Pimps
like
are just Gladys Knight.
Well, big comedians.
As far as I know, the Pimps weren't there. Yeah, comedians. Yeah.
The Pips.
A lot of comedians will come through and shit.
Yeah.
So here's
As far as I know, the Pimps weren't there.
Is this Michael Bolton?
Sopot. What up, Sopot?
Yeah.
Sopot in the house.
Hey, Timo.
Yo, we're gonna
is it me or does that does Michael Bolton look like he could probably be in like one of those VHS porn tapes? Is it me or does that does Michael Bolton look
Sorry,
like
I'm confused. Hang on, say it again.
Like one of those I don't know what happened to the volume.
I know. Sorry, hang on. I'm fixing it.
We're so professional.
Michael Bolton looked like he could be in one of those porn tapes that Joseph was selling back in the day.
The VHS ones.
Those VHS. Like, that's what Michael Bolton reminds me of.
He looks like he'd be on like those romance novels too. Like, like
yeah, he's like the Fabio, right? The whole Fabio
you find like in a fucking at a garage sale that some old lady's fucking selling.
Michael Bolton.
This is a weird segue though, but didn't Emma perform at that as well? And
who?
Your daughter Emma. And she,
yeah. No, she.
The parking was like ridiculous because I was with you when you dropped her off.
Yeah, it was a big like. I think there was some other event might have been going on also that night, but she did acting like a play. She was in a play.
Oh, cool.
And then she did a couple there actually, but this year she was going to go back on to do it, but they wanted required vaccinations. So we're like, nope.
And when they went, they came in and visited me like across the street at my bar.
I have my old roommate from here. He's from Modesto and he plays like the cello. He plays in like some plays and like orchestra shit there from time to time.
That's tight.
Yeah, it's really weird that I had a roommate from Modesto here in Chicago that I randomly met. Like I didn't know him like before fucking.
That's weird.
Wild.
We lived together. Yeah, he lives there again now.
Yeah, that's so wild, dude. How crazy small world, dude.
But I've still never met anyone. As many places as I've lived, I've never met anyone else from Ripon.
Yeah.
Like I met people from Modesto or Stockton or something like that, but never anybody from Ripon. I know people that know of Ripon, but
if you met somebody from fucking Ripon, you'd
probably know.
You would know them. You know what I mean? Because back then Ripon was a lot smaller too. There was only like 10,000 people or something like that here.
Yeah, our graduating class was only 160 something or something.
I imagine if I went to Ripon now, like I wouldn't even know like what it like. It would look way, way different.
Dude, it's so weird. If you went now, like every time I go there, I'm like,
Oh, you're gonna
What the
trip
fuck is
this
this?
time too. There's like a new gas station, a Burger King, and like a something else. There's like a Popeye's chicken.
There's apartment complexes. There's
Like
new
all the
fire
orchards are
departments.
probably gone.
We got a rock climbing facility now. So they like went off, dude. Like this last year or so, they just started fucking building all kind of shit, dude. There's all these new subdivisions and stuff. They went wild, dude. They went crazy.
So like
So
all
like-
the orchards are probably like gone.
A lot of
no,
Yeah, it's no
There's
longer
still,
the
still some
almond
orchards though.
capital.
Yeah.
So
It's
the
not-
closest orchard now is like Highland Road is
Oh, wow.
like not really orchards. And Moeller is not fucking Cuddies no more.
Gotcha.
So like on the way
That's like
to the-
houses and shit. So you're like
So-
chilling in someone's yard where you're like, damn, I
No,
used to just
so,
get high
but-
right here.
but okay, so where we used to pull out and smoke is
Right.
up a ways, but like to get there, you're driving through neighborhood to get there now. Where it used to be
Gotcha.
right away, you were on the back roads for a little
But where
bit.
we
now
used-
it's just-
But where we used to smoke is still orchard, right?
yeah, the where we used to, but just barely, like
Just barely.
just
Yeah, just
barely.
barely. Yeah,
dude. There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's like that corner house with the
Yeah.
big gate, and then there's one more
Yeah.
house with the dog, and then that's fucking it, dude. And then there's a stop sign, and then fucking houses.
Yeah.
It's why it's
Wow.
crazy, dude. And even on the other side of town too, there's apartments, and they're going a whole new school too. Josh, shit, you probably don't even know.
There's a
about,
new
like, all
school, like a
Yeah.
another high school or like an
that.
elementary school.
No, but a brand new elementary school. Yeah, over by I can't even think.
What do you think the population is now?
It's like
Because
a
it was
lot
like
now.
10,000 whenever I moved there in like
Oh,
seven.
man.
Or
Yeah,
no,
when
when I
I
moved
moved-
there, when I moved
when I
back.
moved there was like 15,000, and I think now it's a lot. Like I don't know. Let's look it up. Ripon.
See, every time I look at it, it's still 14,000, which is weird.
well,
I
they
mean, to
don't.
us,
They don't.
it'll always be like a small town, no matter how much it changes. Like,
They don't
you know,
always
'cause
do
that's
the.
when we
They
were
don't.
there. Like, I mean, obviously, some of you guys are still there, but like,
There's not a
Yeah,
lot
the,
of room for it to
the
grow.
census is
right?
like every 4 years. So
Yeah, every 4
yeah.
years. So they're not going to
it's
change it.
like the Olympics, like every 4 years they'll do the census, and then, but the last
Oh,
time
wow.
I looked, it was
That's
oh
low.
shit, jumped up.
So that was in 2019, but they've done a lot of building. So I would say probably close to 18, maybe 16. I don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
1,000 people, maybe more. A
Which,
lot
I
of
mean, I
people
guess
bounced
is a lot
out
of
though.
people. Plus, that's just the people that filled it out. Like, not everybody fills that shit out.
Yeah.
Like, these people knocked on my door here for like fucking solid 6 months begging me to fill the census out. I thought they were Jehovah's Witness.
Well,
Yeah.
That's what I
thing with
automatically assume
Ripon is
anyone is.
Yeah,
They-
like,
when they started building apartment complexes, I was like, oh, well, that's not going to last. So, not everybody can afford whatever
yeah,
What
but
do you
like,
think
what?
apartments
Like-
cost in Ripon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what does an apartment cost to rent, like, in Ripon?
Like $1,500.
Oh wow,
That's,
Wow.
I mean,
that's
that
what
seems
my
on
rent
the low
is.
end.
And that's on the low end. Yeah.
That's for like a
low.
1-bedroom or 2-bedroom or some shit.
Probably like Winter's Glen, remember the old house that I had? Or the apartment?
Yeah,
that
I used
had?
to live there way back, and I lived there.
Me
So
too.
that I think is like fucking $1,800 a month or $2,000.
I feel like
Yeah.
everybody might like probably lived at Winter's Glen at some point in time in their life.
yeah,
maybe.
I did.
Like,
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was the only place to go. All the other places.
that's where I
were
lived when
like,
I first moved to Cal. Well, like a year after I first moved to California. That's actually like how I met Dennis and Daniel. Like when I lived there, because Jared's dad used to live there, and I would like hang out with Jared, and then I met Dennis and Daniel. And that's how eventually I met all you guys, pretty much.
Yeah, through Daniel.
That's
I
like
think.
that's way back in many moons ago.
So Jared
Yeah.
was the original.
Yeah, Jared was like, one of the first people he might have actually, he was one of the first people I ever met in Ripon.
Yeah. And then from there it
Jared
stemmed out.
Coble?
Yeah,
Coble.
Wow, dude, crazy.
Yeah.
because his dad lived in in Winter's Glen. I
So,
remember I
I
almost got us evicted from Winter's Glen, my mom, because I unscrewed
hot.
all the
There's-
fucking sprinkler caps, and then when the sprinklers came on, they like just shot like 15 feet in the air, and like then I got scared and I went back and was trying to put them back on, and I got caught. And they almost evicted it. Like, we're gonna throw us out.
Damn.
I was so pissed. That's funny.
How old were you then?
Dude,
Oh, probably like the 6th grade, maybe. Like 5th.
Damn,
or 6th
I wonder if I
grade.
can get a hold of him, dude. I wonder if like Danny or Dennis talk to him.
Who,
anymore.
Jared?
Yeah.
I'm
used to
friends
be
with him
like-
on Instagram.
Oh, see on
Yeah, he's-
Instagram. I don't think I
He's
have
still
him
on
Instagram.
Facebook too.
Is he?
Yeah.
I was like trying to. His name's not Jared Coble though, huh?
I don't really see him on. I don't think I see him on Facebook much, but I recently like
He's a
talked to him
bartender.
briefly on Instagram. He lives in Sacramento.
Yeah,
Still is
know.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
I thought I
a
had-
bartender at like Trey.
Yeah, like a tequila bar. Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like he's been a bartender there for like a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have his number. Yeah, I
I
don't
still
even
talk
know.
to Daniel like a few times a year, but other than that, I don't talk to really anybody. I mean, this is the first time I've talked to you guys in forever. But
I know, forever. Well, this is why
We
this is
can
cool,
talk
man.
about the apartment complex though, because you know, I was dating Jamie at the time,
yeah,
and then that's when I first met Andrew Burton, and then but the more
I
important
lived
thing
there when
is
you lived there. Yeah,
yeah, Andrew's dad.
yeah.
Was-
Andrew's dad lived there. Yeah,
I can't remember his name right now, but
Victor.
Victor.
yep,
And he walked into the hot tub, you know, with his cutoff shorts,
yeah.
denim shorts. I was just like,
That's-
what is happening right now?
I
Right.
remember this
So
guy.
true.
That's
It's
funny.
so true.
And then I talked to him, and he's like, you know, I want to buy my boy a board. And I was like, all right, well, my only advice is, because what I liked was independent truck, Spitfire wheels, and at that time was probably, I don't know, like Think skateboards or something. And so he was like, dude, I can't afford all that. But
I know.
when I first met Andrew, he had his board screwed together
I
like
remember
this.
like a broke, so he just screwed it
Like
together.
a broke deck, just screwed and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was still out skating me, which was
Yeah, he's
crazy.
a shredder, man. He's a shredder.
yeah, I
back
remember
in
he
the
was
day.
really good at that shit.
He was really
Uh-huh.
good.
I hope
Shit,
he's still
guys.
good at it.
We're approaching
He's
2
probably the
hours.
Best and ripping. Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm
Yeah.
ready to wrap it
Yeah, I
up.
got to get up pretty early. It's 9:30. It's pretty late for you. Are you 2 hours ahead, Josh?
Yeah, it's 11:30 here. Thankfully, I don't work till 2:30 tomorrow, but
Okay.
I've been up since like 4:45 this morning.
Oh fuck,
Gosh,
yeah, let's
homie,
wrap
it was
up.
great to see you, man. I
It's
love you,
good
man.
seeing you. I'll have to hop back on here another time, but I'll keep watching them. They've been, like I said, very entertaining, not just almost entertaining.
Dude, I thank you, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
dude,
put it.
it's,
That's like a
I think
testimonial.
the plan is too, because now we're gonna keep it 2 hours, maybe do more episodes a week, so we will have reoccurring guests.
Cool.
Oh,
So
for sure.
Yeah.
Eventually.
we don't, you know, we don't.
I'll hop
get
in the
the
chat
chance.
sometime too,
Yeah,
even though it seems super delayed, but that's all
I'm
good.
pretty sure this is the most that I laughed at any of our podcasts. So
Yeah,
far.
this was a good one,
Yeah,
man.
this
This was
is a
hella
good
fun,
one.
dude. And if you ever
Who's
started,
up next?
Who's up next, Mark?
shit. We got it's probably gonna be Guy, I think,
Nice.
and then Guy McElhaney, and then
Where's the list? Don't you have the list there?
Sopot.
well now we have
You gotta get
Stobot,
Armando on here. I'd like to hear.
we have
some-
Armando.
Yeah.
I feel like there's someone else in between though, but
There's
we're gonna
definitely
have
you're
a
missing.
start.
We're definitely there's a lot more names that I can't remember right now.
I know we're
Yeah,
skipping
that's
over.
all right.
But-
You'll go.
Which
over.
is why we probably should wrap it up because I know I'm
yeah,
feeling
that's
pretty
all
tired.
good. All right, guys.
All right,
take
dude. Well,
care.
Josh,
Good
hey,
catching
man.
up, man.
Yeah, for sure. You too.
Josh.
Talk to you.
All right.
Yo. Peace.
Yeah.
I was just saying peace for the stream or whatever.
I keep trying to do this challenge to get someone paid.
Oh, dude, I was gonna bring that up. That's what I was gonna bring up, and I totally forgot.
It's all right. It'll happen someday.
The stream is not ending. It's taking too long.
Still says live in my screen.
Having trouble connecting.